Hello, and welcome to December's energy reading. This is a video. I do these once a month where I tap into the energy of the upcoming month and just deliver messages, intuitive messages to help you make the most of the month ahead, to give you tools to help you navigate it with ease, to help you stay balanced in your body, your mind, your soul, and to really help you harmonize with the collective energy themes that might be coming up in the month of December, and just overall help you maybe feel a little bit more prepared for the month ahead. So, with that, we'll dive into December's energy. And the first thing that's really coming through is that it is this really joyful month, right? There's a lot of holiday spirit, cheer in the air, no matter what you practice in terms of, religious beliefs and things like that for the month of December. There's just a lot of like joyful, light energy in the air, almost like snow falling from the sky, just like kind of glittery. And with that, it also feels a very almost like airy energy as well. And with that, there's a potential to not necessarily feel your most grounded, stable self. It's almost like I see a little bit of a shiny object syndrome where you might be find yourself easily distracted. You might find yourself wanting to go down a lot of different avenues. I'll explore a lot of new things. And some of that is like really good for some of you that have been stuck in a rut, or you find yourself doing the same things over and over again, even if they're healthy. It's like I'm always doing the same routine. December might be a really good month to start to sprinkle in some creative curiosity of just like, what would happen if I swapped my coffee for green tea one morning, or if I added a fun flavor to my coffee. I don't know, like just doing little things like that that bring through that like child heart, like lighthearted, childlike joy of experimenting with things, trying new things, and staying grounded with that. So I feel like there's a potential for that energy to spin out of control for some people, which can result in overthinking, getting stuck in analysis paralysis of like, I don't know what is the right thing to do. Um, Sometimes we can be overwhelmed by choice and just this like, it's a very much like zippy energy, almost like little fairies, like zipping around and trying new things, very happy, joyful. But with that, be sure to, or you're invited to not necessarily grab at every little shiny thing, every little new thing that you see, that you make sure you try these new things, you bring in new experiences. Maybe you go to parties or gatherings or things like that during this month that are out of the norm for you. Make sure you're spending time to ground into those choices and that they're fully aligned for you, that you're not just kind of totally floating around in this very airy energy, being carried away with the airy currents of December's energy, and then end up overcommitting yourself, doing too much, doing too many things, or things that you regret, or like just being really stressed out or frazzled. Sometimes maybe the trying the new thing in December, especially the holiday season, maybe less time around other people is something that's like, that would be new for me in December. Maybe instead of going to like 5 holiday parties in December, I'm only going to go to one, and then I'm going to do like a movie night for myself instead. So just really tuning into your own body, your own guidance of from that grounded, calm state of like, what would be fun for me in December? It is this month where we almost collectively breathe and exhale of like, there's been so much work put into the year, and things kind of slow down. Again, no matter your religious beliefs, there's a lot of like closures, there's not a lot of things open towards the end of the month. People are taking time off work. And that is like, you should really invite that kind of energy in your life of celebrating all the hard work that you've put into this year. And if you're a person that has a hard time like noticing your progress because like the big goals or the big changes or the big transformation or the big healing hasn't landed for you yet, I invite you to just look at all the ways that you have put in effort into the things that matter in your life and just celebrating that for what it is. Maybe you have synchronistically been guided to this video or other things, other people in your life, other things that are helping you make progress towards the things that you set out at the beginning of the year to accomplish, to change in your life, to experience in your life. And it's okay if those haven't come to fruition all the way, or maybe you've changed your mind completely, or maybe you have um, felt stuck in some of those areas. I just invite you to look at the effort and the energy that you've put in. And if you're a person that's like, well, I started out this year with a lot of big plans and a lot of yeah, just motivation and big ideas and lots of things I wanted to do, and I didn't accomplish a lot of it. And maybe I was dealing with things that were unexpected emotions, or maybe you were just feeling super unmotivated. I want you to look at that, invite you to look at that as the answer to the thing that you were asking for, which I know can be really hard for a lot of people to accept that when we ask for something or when we're putting effort towards something and it doesn't seem to work out the way we want it to, that the way it's working out is the answer. And this is a message I repeat a lot in my videos because even myself, I get caught up in this all the time. I think it's such a human, normal thing of like, I put all my effort into this goal and it didn't happen, or it was like, maybe I only met it 50% of the way, or maybe it completely failed, or I was completely directed to something else, or I felt really stuck, or I met a lot of resistance. Um, or maybe even something that your mind thinks is bad happens, like, wow, that really turned out bad for me. All of that is the answer to your prayer or the thing that you've been asking for. And the more you can look at it in that light, the more that you will actually make the tangible progress in the physical reality that you want. Because it can be really hard for the mind to um, honor that, right? And accept that. And this is something I've been exploring in my own journey too, of like, it's one thing to accept ourselves as we are and accept where we're at in our journey, but can you accept the failures? Can you accept when things go wrong? Like, can you accept that that is happening? Or can you accept the way certain things make you feel? So, like, say you had a goal to, um, I don't know, just lose weight, lose 10 pounds. We'll just take that because that's like so many people have that at the beginning of the year. And maybe you gained weight this year, right? So from the black and white perspective of the programmed, conditioned personality, the ego, you'd be like, that's a complete failure. But beneath that is all the seeds of the wisdom that you need to actually be a healthier person. So maybe it is that I'm setting the wrong kind of goal. Like maybe I wasn't meant to lose weight this year. Maybe that was like the not the best use of my effort and my time and my energy. Maybe I put myself in under so much more pressure and stress that my body could handle that it just shut down by having that as my goal or my focus. So those things can, those like those bits of wisdom can only come to the top when you're willing to look at your life as through the lens of curiosity and compassion and like, okay, this is what I've asked for, but this is how my body is interpreting that or how my subconscious is interpreting that. Or maybe my belief systems believe deep down how that has to happen. It could be a mixture of any and all of those things. But I repeat this message a lot because it's really easy to forget. It's really easy to forget when we're like in the thick of it and we're like, man, I really just would love to earn more money, or I really would just love my passion project to take off, or I really would love this thing in my health, whether it's my anxiety or just like maybe I have digestive problems or whatever it is. I really want that to shift and change and go away. And I'm like doing all the stuff. I'm taking the supplements or whatever. And then it's like, but it's not getting that much better. It's really slow to get better. The more you can, again, look at that through the lens of love and compassion and like, this is exactly what I've been asking for. There is something here for me to learn and discover about myself that will actually lead me to the outcomes that are meant for me. So, again, some of this is maybe really being able to be honest with yourself about how much of your goal setting and the things that you want in your life are coming from a conditioned, programmed ego. And I've talked a little bit about that. I can't remember, it was November, October's energy update, but I think this is going to be a theme really continuing into 2025 of like really discovering what our true desires are as soul embodied people. There is like the programming of like, I need to be thin, I need to be fit, I need to be like exercising all the time. I need to have a side business that makes $1 million. I need to, what are else are common ones? I need to be happy all the time. I need to be mentally balanced. I need to be stable. I need to, like, fill in the blank with what those societal expectations are. And sometimes those are in direct conflict, not only with prior versions of our own selves that have other agendas, they might also be directly in conflict with your soul and what you actually came here to do and experience. So sometimes the resistance you're meeting through doing certain projects in your life or like trying certain things and it's not working out is because it's not meant for you. And this is something that's not really talked about a lot between, like the personal growth and the healing communities, even like if something is not working for you right now, there is definitely like a deep self-discovery and inquiry that you're being invited to do. That is like, that's the truth right there, right? What that is for you is really going to be the result of that deep self-inquiry and deep self-exploration of really going inwards, of discovering what it is that truly motivates you, truly lights you up, truly is your path beyond all these societal expectations. And when you're meeting resistance, that's the invitation, is to go a little bit deeper into your own self, into your own heart, into your own mind, and discover like what is really driving the way I'm spending my time and my energy and even my focus in my life. And is that truly, truly aligned with what I'm meant to be doing here with my time? And, with that, I feel like there's so much even societal expectation and conditioning around like my purpose and the way I need to spend my energy and what I'm here to do on this planet is a doing thing. I can guarantee for every single person out there, maybe there definitely is a doing part, like an action part of why you're here on this planet. And there is a being part where it is you just being able to be yourself without having to give to others. be productive, create things. It's that healthy balance of also just being able to rest into your life and who you are exactly as you are. Like literally not, I'm resting so that I can change myself to be more relaxed. It's like literally accepting each moment as it is, who you are, how you feel, and resting into that. And so when you are able to balance the being part, I think the doing and the action becomes much easier, much more clear. Like what are you supposed to be doing? Like what is the best course of action? Where should you be spending your energy? What is your gift to share with the world? All of that becomes much, much more clear when you have the capability to just be, literally just be for no purpose, like no agenda. Because I feel like sometimes, especially in the healing and personal growth worlds, even like when we're resting, the agenda behind the resting is to rest. Like there's always an agenda at play. And so I feel like December is this grand invitation, again, with this collective energy of like people are taking time off work. There's this joyful, light energy, playful energy. You know, like think back to when you were a child. You didn't think about like, oh, I'm resting. I'm gonna also like record it so I can show people that I'm resting. I mean, that's kind of where our society is at, is that we actually don't take any off time, downtime. The mind just never gets to rest because there's this like undercurrent of productivity and it's just burned so many people out and then they don't even realize that this kind of like societal pressure has been driving them underneath it all. Their body shuts down, they have diseases and disorders and imbalances when all they really need to do is just give themselves time to be. So what I was saying with that, with the child, like inner child part. I feel like December has a lot of beautiful inner child energy. I mean, the holiday spirit brings out that inner child for so many of us, and it's a very magical, playful time. So, can you allow that into your life with no agenda? Like, I'm gonna go play in the snow because it feels, I think it would be fun. I'm not gonna record myself. I'm not gonna like there's no agenda attached to it. It's just like, because that's what I want to do. And the end. It doesn't have to make me money. It doesn't have to look a certain way. I don't have to like be all perfect or, um, yeah, or even tell other people that I'm doing it. Like you're doing it for you, for you, for you, because you want to. And there is nothing else tied to it. And the more that we can master that art of being, just like truly being who you are, like exactly as you are, doing the things that you want right now because you want to do them, not because somebody else is telling you or there's societal pressures or like, especially with the holidays, there's so much like, there can be so much of that pressure and guilt of like, you need to show up at certain things and do certain things and be certain things and maybe be overgiving to other people when maybe like what y'all you want deep down inside is like, I actually don't, I want someone to give to me. I want to go play. I don't actually want to do anything for anybody else right now. And that's a really hard thing to admit as well, especially if you're in this personal growth healing journey. I think most of us here are natural givers, love to be giving to other people. Um, and even examining those motives can sometimes be helpful because I feel like sometimes we just give and give and give because it distracts us from what we're truly feeling. It kind of gives us a hit of feel good energy to give to other people, even when we have nothing. And that's rooted in a lot of old subconscious programming around religion and the holidays, actually. So the more you can just be aligned with that, you know, November was huge for the throat chakra and like speaking your truth and getting in touch with your truth and what do you want and what do you need and how are you sourcing that? Like December is a time to just continue practicing that um, from a space of letting go of the need to work so hard on whatever it is that you're doing. And there might be a part of you that's afraid to let go of working so hard towards the thing, whatever it is. And it might be the exact medicine that you need in this moment. However, again, the invitation is that you are the only one that knows. The only way to know is to go inside and really get in touch with that inner child, with those deeper parts of yourself that have been buried and walled off because they feel too much, or maybe they're angry at you for how you're living your life because that inner child just wants you to go play in the snow and all you do is work all day, or you work on yourself all day, or your whole, all the different flavors of that. So, yeah, let's just take a deep breath. That was kind of like a lot, maybe a confronting message for some of you, but I just know that I deliver these messages with love and compassion. And there are things, if you're listening to this, you probably need to hear. There's probably some truth in there for you. You might be having subconscious motivations driving the need to overproduce, overgive, always be doing that are not coming from your soul. They're not coming from the pure place of your true heart's desires. And it's a journey to get in touch with that. It's not something that just like, oh, I'm going to get in touch with my heart's true desires and let me just do that and let me like meditate and I'm okay, I'm in my heart's desires and that's the pure heart's desires. That's it. No, there's a lot of layers that have to be gone through. The ways that we've walled off that part of ourselves, the way we've controlled it and pushed it down. And there's so much wrapped in that. So I just want to tell you it's a journey. So even if you're like, I really feel like I've been following my heart's desires this whole year and I'm still in this place, I know I have felt that in many areas of my life. Just know that's because you are by following your what you think is your true heart's desires and then meeting these blocks and resistances and hard things. It's because you that's the entry point to the truth of what your heart really desires, but that can only become clear when you've worked through those blockages, when you've been able to take down those walls in the heart, which is a huge act of courage and bravery that is needed. Like huge, because you're going to have to feel some really hard stuff. We don't create walls around the heart and our true desires for just no reason. They are very sophisticated survival mechanisms at play to keep that locked away for the purposes of making sure that you have connection in your life, that you can belong with other people, that you can have resources, and that you can feel safe. So that journey to the true heart's desires, it's just not an overnight thing. And I know I have been one in the past, and there's so many people on the internet these days that promise quick fixes. But the journey to an open heart and knowing like true, like what is right for me, my path, what goals or what focus should I have in my life, and that is going to be my true truth, aside from all the societal and cultural and upbringing conditioning going on. That is a journey that you have to make a choice to walk. And it's something you have a choice every day whether or not to walk that. And so I think this is also the invitation for December is to really empower yourself with that. Because when we get wrapped up in the mind stories of like, I'm following my heart and I'm setting my goals and this is supposed to be working out because the internet tells me when I follow my heart, it always works out. Yes, it does. It leads you to the blocks and the resistance and the emotions that you need to work through in order to gain access to the truth beneath that. So it doesn't always look like, oh, it just like miracles happened. I followed my heart. Yes, that can happen. And we need that. But if you're not getting that, it's because a part of you is not allowing that to come in. And that is the work. The resistance is the work. And so, with this, I'm going to wrap up December's message. You don't have to do the work. If you're exhausted from doing work, it is okay to take a break. This path is extremely hard, and it is really, really not for the faint of heart. And so take back your power when you're saying, oh, this isn't working out. You're actually giving your power away to the goals, the things, the dreams, whatever. Be in your power. You are the one that creates the dreams. You are the one that makes things happen. If they're not happening, it's because there's something else at play, and it is your choice whether you go into that or not. And so you don't have to do that. And if your choice is like, damn, I just need to rest, I need to take a break. December is a great month to just, again, go play, take a break, allow yourself to be who you are. And then maybe one day you'll be like, okay, I think I'm ready to make that empowered choice. And I'm going to continue walking this path of getting in touch with my true self, my true heart, allowing that to shine in the world, being my authentic self, being my soul self, and letting that shine through. It is a very, very difficult journey. I don't think a lot of people don't talk about this on the internet, how hard it is. And so what matters the most in it is that you are choosing from an empowered state that, like, yes, this is what I want to do because I see the importance of it. I know it's going to be hard, and I know it's going to be so worth it in the end. And if you're not ready to make that choice, accept that. Just allow that to be and feel the relief that you don't have to. Because I feel like there's just that undercurrent too in the spiritual and healing communities, the personal growth is that you always have to be growing, even. That's more doing. And so just maybe taking a breath in to your body, your heart, maybe taking a moment to notice how this conversation has landed for you mentally or in your body. What's going on in your body? Are you worked up? Do you have a moment of clarity of like, okay, I think I know what I need to do for December? Take that. Is it maybe the highest and best truth that will lead you to the $1 million and the dream life and blah, blah, blah? Maybe, maybe not. But maybe it's exactly what you need right now. And only you know that. Have a wonderful December. If you celebrate the holidays, happy holidays. If you need support with this, if you're really struggling on your journey, whether with like this idea of like it's not working out or whatever, reach out. Or if you just want assistance and guidance on this journey, because man, you are not meant to do it alone. I will tell you that. Sometimes that is like the thing where it's like the resistance is because you're trying to do it all yourself. Allow your soul to come in, allow people to come in to help you, and whether that's me or somebody else. You have to accept that and allow that in. All right. Have a good December. Hopefully, this message serves you well. All the resources and ways to work with me. I have free resources all linked beneath this video. And I'm just wishing you the most amazing December. Bye.